The pistol will go towards the T-side default out of Monster, much slower Pro by comparison to what Eternal Fire are going to do. And as Emor gives first contact, Yakinda can strike, draw first blood. Flit can back him up and bail him out. Calyx the full second. Xantares works to get Xcloud on the rotations. Xcloud's already there, but Yakinda takes his second pick of the round. Xantares and Woxic now coming in from Graffiti. The bomb can go down and Buster will get caught by Xantares, finding his 14th frag of the game. Sees Yakinda as well. Doesn't find the pick against him. Flit now holding back at Water Cubby. Two players in the back lines of the site will start to push forward, try catch off the angles against the Total Fire. Xantares head seen, spammed up by Flit, struggles to get the kill, but comes up with a headshot in the end. And Woxic stands no chance as VP go 8 apiece. Nah, they're going to dismantle it entirely. Once again, retreating away from this jungle angle. Flit sees two, lines up damage onto two, maybe even a third man could also get involved in that one, but as they all peek together, Eternal Fire just reveal their entire hand. Kill from Buster gets Calyx. Emor has the AK, Woxic caught back towards Bang, struggles against Jame, but Jame comes up with the frag. Next Cloud and Emor just holding back. Actually, his exit frags, but Buster finally shuts down that AK. Can get recovered for a second time, should be able to get both these AKs back in theory. Unless Xcloud gets a kill. No, he doesn't. Buster closes it down. We will have a 10th round of Virtus Pro. Have short control, and Xantares is thinking about there might be an idea that there might be someone in an underpass. Sees the shot away from Flit and wins that fight. Does not win the follow-up.
It's a shame the timing was slightly off because Jane was still trying to get into reposition. Otherwise, they could have peaked together, and there was a way that VP lose no one in that one. Doesn't quite happen to the sort of the way they would have liked. And more getting flashed into Con. He doesn't see anything. He could start going all the way to the end. He actually backs off. He doesn't want to go for that kind of a play.
Emor does find a pick on Yakinda and doubles up towards Buster, and just like that, Eternal Fire take all sorts of control. Quick swings at a sequence. Kicker and Jame. Players remain. Calyx will drop Kicker to the AWP and the bomb. Counter-terrorists win. Ninth back to the board, trying to make this close against VP, trying to see if they can force forward, so we'll just wait back at the entrance. Xcloud will see his teammate fall, will get a damage on the trade, but eventually find the trade on Kicker, so 3 on 2. Incendiary is out towards long, but Flit and Jame are both coming in for the mid-control. Xcloud has one player already tagged up, will take face, try pre-fire the position out towards the right-hand flower pot. Now second teammate joins the fray as Jame does get Xcloud, and Flit finds Emor in the return. Back still turn towards Flit, and Flit will clutch the round, a triple up for him.
They've got a 3 on 2, time is low. Xcloud's got a rotating teammate to back him up at the truck position, and then rather than just playing the time and playing the clock, they just start overextending. How much time is left? 24?
As they're going to defend their equalizer standing, Flit can utilize it to decent effect, get a second kill straight through the wall bang. Xcloud removed.
This would be insane. Eternal Fire have got to tighten up, and Flit's going to enter again.
And he gets a triple as well. Flit is fantastic. He's going for the quadra as well. Xantares can finally shut him down, and it leaves it all on the Glock and Eco players. AK recovered by Buster. Spotted as he crosses back away from the site. The M4 burst fire can't connect the headshots of his own. We'll see at least 2 players, maybe even the third man. That bomb's going to rotate back towards short, though. Is this a rotate to the A site? Is Yakinda going to buy a line in? No, they go back into that short control, so Xantares still with everything to do. Spots Kicker, taps his head off, gets a pick back to a 3 on 2. Woxic takes the lurker out. It's all left for Jame and Buster can't find the trade back, so once again a 1-on-1 clutch.
AK without armor, difficult clutch to try and come through. Woxic going in for the wall bang, at least doing some early damage. Knows that he's still around here somewhere. Buster swinging out the right-hand side, and Wox is gonna hit it. VP did so much damage in that one. Things look so promising.
If they're smart, they will take a look at what they achieved in that round. A wallbang kill, a 3K from Flit, 4 casualties overall against Eternal Fire, and all for the sake of 1 AK investment. They've got a bomb plant as well. Yes, they'll be gutted not winning the round itself, but in a...
Even checking that boost angle just in case anyone's walking through it. They're going to walk out Monster, and Calyx is there waiting for them. Deals with that first player, not quite the second.
Kindar trades back 4 on 4, but the flashbangs keep him away. Xantares gets back towards connector. James is ready for the AWP. Shoulder scene, shot lands, and an advantage turns back to VP's favor again. It's a short position, and he's going to be joined by his teammate here. Second man of Xcloud. Smoke down, and Emor gets caught off by Flit. His AK has come alive in the last couple of rounds. He'll get a bomb plant for it. It's a 3 on 2. VP up against the retaking CT forces, and Xcloud will just get cleaned up. Woxic has got no choice but to play the James time card and save the AWP.
It just comes down to the anchor not finding enough there. And more needed a 1-for-1 trade. The rotation doesn't quite come through. They're even having a hunt. Woxic could fall with the orb.
And the bathrooms, and James set says, no, you can't pull my move off. You can imagine if they lose this round as well, it's been 16-13 for VP. The Eternal Fire economy is just not there for them. Flash forward, and Flit gets away with another kill on Woxic. Should have been an easy trade because that sailed right past his head. Barely even blinded. Flit was more blinded than he was. Cloud is back turn as well. The Divider does catch Flit on a trade, so that's one thing to respond with for Eternal Fire. It's a 2-for-1 that favors VP still. Just blow this series by not getting our own map pick here. As Emor goes down as well, it gets worse for Eternal Fire.
Yeah, doesn't look pretty at all. Even Calyx might fall. And Kick It and Jame, yeah, they're low, but there's still a couple of players. They're peeking into the angle together. Calyx on 10 points of health. I don't think anyone else from VP is going to get there in time to drop him, so it will be the M4A1S being saved in. Probably doesn't want to overextend and pick up an AK in case there's another player in Fountain or Party or even Park, just in case if he does push forward and lose that rifle. It's not worth it at all. Look at what they've got. Yeah, great. Got an M4A1S save. What about everyone else? We're not going to see a pretty buy too.
Yeah, Flip was for one of that face towards the mid control, so that flashbang really should have enabled Eternal Fire to bring this back. How different this race has been fantastic as well. It might not be enough for Eternal Fire as two players line up for Buster. He only gets the one kill. Yakinda's also low, so there's trade potential for the EF camp. Centaur's got to find Flit though, and Flit is just on point.
Yeah, his entries have been fantastic on this T side, and he could even find a multi-frag. Needs to look out towards the sandbags.
Oh.
Easy kill onto X-Fan. That's probably the round done right here. 4v2, Eternal Fire, they've got to gamble. They've got to hope that one of these individuals can have a huge moment.
Watts is going to hit that first headshot, and he's unable to do so. James gets him. Calyx is the next responder. It is connector entrance. Calyx, if he gets the headshot on the man while retaining no damage to return, then maybe... It's still on forward, with making noise though, trying to bait in Kicker, looks away at the wrong moment, and that costs him 16-13. Virtus Pro. There's
one player that's moved over. What Eternal Fire don't know is that there's 3 on B. This is such a sick read from VP.
Kinder's going to start leaning forward to try to get some information out. Could lose his life for it, and indeed Emor starts things off. Kill on Jay and Buster, held back behind the blue boxes. Backup is going to try to get here, but they just get overwhelmed. 3-man stack, who needs it? Certainly Virtus Pro, they need a 5-man stack to hold off against this Eternal Fire. Okay, he should get a 1-for-1 trade, and then everyone else can filter through. Instead, that just does not happen at all. Flip manages 1 kill. He's getting hunted down by players up in mid, into the T-spawn area. Great shot even for a more. Eternal Fire just... M4 ready for T side. Nice nade to body block it, and that lands on 2 players as well. A lot of damage being done to Eternal Fire here. Molotovs will force forward. Flick will try to do the same, but Kicker able to get his trade against X-Fountain and Centaurus. Woxic and Calyx both out towards that long position. Yakinda's got an M4. The Shadow seeing the MAC-10 can find a frag and find an exit point here for the Ts. Far cross out, and Molotov's down. It landed a bit too far as well. There's a big, big gap to work with. And they're going to utilize it to perfection. Calyx falling next. Woxic already legged by the AWP. No time to pop the bomb either. And Buster almost gets the shot on the jump face. Does get picked apart for it, so Woxic can maintain his life, but he will not win the round. That wrecks the economy as well for the T side.
Yeah, it's well played to come from VP in that situation. Buster just falling back towards CT, just knowing he doesn't need to overextend. One
position though, the smokes go down and the crosses, the standard stuff from Eternal Fire. Jane looking to try and line them up. They're all kind of lining up themselves. Kiko does get 1 frag. Jane with a secondary pick back. Overwhelmed by Zentaris, so both the rifles have been dropped. Yakinda boosted up at elevator, pixels away from spotting Emor. Same thing could be said for him, and the P250 finds a pick. Now Flit will look in. X-Crowd on a late lurk out towards the B side. I think it's being marked off there by Buster, but he'll still find an angle, find Flit, see Yakinda as well, call that in for Zentaris' information to 2-on-2. Unable to really find an angle though. The Molotovs will try to see if we can drive him out of that corner. Buster still sat in the spawn itself as Zentaris just tries to hunt for that player. We'll check angle, we'll get his kill, should be able to get the bomb plant as well. And for no investment, they are going to be able to get away with a fair amount of damage and even get the kill on X-Cloud. So 1-on-1, does Buster try and clutch this?
You might as well go for it. There's no point in saving onto the M4. You're going to buy into the next round. And it comes down to the angles. Zentara is looking in towards CT for the jig for Buster. Needs to get the immediate headshot. It just doesn't happen. What a fantastic eco.
Out towards mid. Kicker can catch his information, or he can even catch a kill.
And VP just know what's going on there. As soon as that AWP pick comes in, you re-smoke into the mid doors. Kicker just overextending slightly. There's still 2 players on B, and for Eternal Fire, it is going to be the B split.
The last time I had 3 players on this B site, it wasn't quite good enough. Buster might not be detected. X-Floud gonna look out in the open. They see him now. He gets 2 kills for his trouble. Spots the 3rd player as well. Emor desperately hunting for the pick back. The AWP of Woxic will try cut off rotations, and Buster only gets away with damage left. The Woxic Orb chimes in, and it all leaves it on James to clutch. The Turkish squad every single time. We go back to that question whether or not VP should have... That has not happened here thus far. Eternal Fire are in full control of this.
Woxic with the orb hitting some important kills, and for Buster, it looked as if that was probably going to be enough.
Straight into the bomb site, not going for a plant. He hasn't got the bomb in his bag. Again, Yekindard's still going to spot him. Shot down as he gets to the head of the box. He's not expecting a player to be there at the goose position. He drops the bomb carrier as well. Calyx and the edge of the smoke itself will try and utilize this gap here, but no CT is going to give it up. He swings on Yekindar. He gets his triple, and Woxic's dealt with by Kicker. Nice hold on the A site. An engagement against James. Is it going to be a 3rd shot that connects to a kill? Yes, it will be. 5 on 3. Eternal Fire. B site. So in terms of potential of Virtus Pro, they've got the best setup they can possibly find without just hard stacking a site. Flash is in. Flit finds X-Foul looking for a 2nd man. Reface to M4 sees Calyx. He turns back towards Emor and turns the whole situation around. Woxic caught off towards mid. The 3rd round for Virtus Pro goes their way.
They can drive some more util away. Eternal Fire, they're not going to give up on this.
Flashes in, F4 out, great kill for Yekindar, can't double it up. And yes, he can actually. Buster, the bait and switch, get him out of dodge here. 4 versus 3. Yekindar looking for a triple, but he gets overwhelmed by Woxic, and Calyx finds a response to the man advantage. 3 on 2. They can do it at the moment. Eternal Fire will get 7 rounds. Oh, missed shot from James here. They're going to hunt him. He gets the kill away from Woxic. I think he'll be able to maintain his life. He's going to reface, actually, get a bit more out of this. I don't like this at all for James. Oh, not going to happen.
Yeah, VP have done a lot of these plays, but Eternal Fire don't always know that they've actually come through. Yekindar on the angle, deals with the big man of Xantares, and now for this long take.
I love that crosshair placement as well towards lower tunnels from Yekindar. He recognized that Xantares was going to go down for the duck face, and Flit gets 2 more picks for it. Sees Calyx, and Emor now has all the info to rotate the entire CT force back here and go for the stack. Smokes are in. Flit can maintain his position for now. Jay now jump faces sees them both. Kiko gets his next kill on Emor, and Calyx all the way back at pit. 1 on 5. No kills for Eternal Fire here in round 13 as VP look to shut them down and find 6.
Jay looking at it to pick. Great shot. Was that?
2 AKs to work with on the CT side, and the entire T4 spends their way up into the tunnels. A shot from James straight up with the aggression. Smokes to cover him off. AK now for Yekindar. Rest into the corner. Flashbang turned away from. Actually gets the kill back, but he is continuously blind, so they can find a pick against him. The AWP struggles to find another frag. I think actually X-Cloud did fall. The 4 on 2, they grab that AK at least for Eternal Fire, but what can they do with it now that they've just been bracketed in, sandwiched in by the CT forces? Apparently, hit the shot on Buster and open up the B site. Aunt should be secured. Calyx getting buried. Woxic in a 1 versus 3, can't hold off Flit. Suppressed for the time being, 30 seconds for the hit.
Oh, this is so cheeky. I love this base setup. And actually, it's the HE that deals with Xantares. They've even got Jane with the orb posted on the angle.
Consoles to the back of the ramp. Flit still watching, kick up with his eyes turned away, and Flit still sprays. Woxic picks him up, and they think it's clear. Calyx with his back turned, and Kickert's not pulling the trigger. He's going to wait for both of them to line up. Look for Woxic, get Calyx, swing out, and he closes the half. Patient play with a 2K, and 8-7 for VP to go to the 2nd half.
That's a great dual setup coming through from the CTs, and they're actually going to continue to over-aggress. This is where they could get caught off. Flick now going to drop by Xantares, and Eternal Fire. Just get out of there, play the numbers game.
Taps on from Jamie. Emor gets tagged up so heavily. They hear where Calyx is coming from, and the kills pour in. Woxic and Calyx to fall. Still got Emor lows, and Tara's caught with his back turned towards the short. 22 seconds to the clock. Smoke on the position. Emor gonna rotate, be that first rotator. X-Cloud's gonna be the man to hold off. He's gonna get this kill in against Buster. Now James forces forward. Kicker does catch Emor. X-Cloud running out of ammo. Forced on the reload. It's gonna get overwhelmed with Kicker to get that final frag. James gets the bomb plant. It's not even required. VP have the pistol. The 5 on 4 game for Eternal Fire though.
An all-important pick. And now for VP, they can start working a split towards A. Great swing coming through from Flair. And now that opens up Kicker's opportunity of getting more damage into short.
Calyx, steal shot on towards Buster. Xantares also strikes on Kicker. James and Flit now working their way up towards long. They have got smokes down, nades involved. They will evade the kills though. The plant will be secured.
Flit's gonna have to step up here. He's the one with the AK. He's got to get the majority of the kills. A lot of damage coming through. Jane with a scout gonna get involved. Now it's just down to him. 1v3 position. Out from long deals with another, and now we can just play time.
Jump phase going to give away his information. Go back up. Can't hit the shot onto X-Cloud. Block pulled out as well. Up close range and personal. Needs to hit them perfectly or stall for time. The bomb's not planted for him anymore. Sees the jump face. X-Cloud going to stick the defuse. James, scout out. Needs to land a quick close. Oh, quick scope out towards the man. X-Cloud gets off the bomb. And that's going to be enough. Jay might not survive, but he gets the round together. VP barely clutch 10.
It to a T, knowing in a round like that they might not have a kit, play the time. He's able to even kill the bait player, and X-Cloud, there's no way he's going to stick that bomb for another, what, 4 seconds left on the timer? It's not going to happen. He has to get off it. What a shot this is from James, and the follow-up too.
Jump face, one individual. Zentaris with a nade out. I don't think he was detected. The nades and the damage rains in against several players. Yakinda's low, Flit's dead. 5 players still completely unscathed for Eternal Fire. Flash forward. Zentaris going to see so many. He transfers back, makes it a quadra. What a spray transfer. The ace for Zentaris. Good land pretty nicely. Doesn't actually do that much damage. Okay, Yakinda takes a little bit of damage back. Smokes on, falls forward. Flick going to win this first fight. Absolutely not going to happen. X-Cloud with 2 more picks to his name. James tagged up. 5-on-3. Utility passed off to allow James a chance to peek up here with Buster boosting him up. AWP for the run boost. Looks to be the case. Zentaris sees what's coming and adjusts so well. Oh, that's just disgusting. That is just disgusting on the spread. That shuts down VP in their entirety.
He's a superstar player, and right there, not even in this round, but he's proved it over the course of the day. His
Incendiary might drive him back, but it's a great play from Zentaris. It's going to push forward a bit, though. Zentaris might get caught off guard, and indeed he does, alongside Calyx falling. What a sequence.
One of these CTs is going to have to step up for a multi-frag.
Yakinda turns on Woxic next. His back turns, so focused on a long control. The Orpa trying to get out of dodge. That bomb's got an easy line in. His kicker will find them all, leaving X-Cloud alone on the B sites. Tapped up by Yakinda for his double. Bray's blinded, not connecting to anything here. Waiting with the AWPs. Flashes go over. X-Cloud in at car. Drops 1 and 2 and the bomb. AWPs now with the support, coming with those kills. And Eternal Fire just crumble VP into dust. Yakinda left out towards house to hold on to the AK. There's nothing left for him in this round. Eternal Fire, 13 apiece. They equalized against VP once again.
That was well handled from Eternal Fire in that one.
They'll have to brace themselves because VP will get here. Is that another Incendiary? It's a HE instead. That'll catch damage onto Yakinda, a little bit onto Kicker as well. And the blind spray for Zentaris comes up good. 1 kill found. Kicker's going to make his way out towards Elbow. The smokes are up in position. Calyx finds another pick. A 5-on-3. Kicker will get the bomb down ahead of the short boxes. James hoping that Zentaris goes for an overextension. He needs this kill, and that's what he'll get.
James got to try and back up the teammate that's stuck there in that default position. Kicker's really got no option but to try and just fight in this one. Buster's keeping eyes up on short.
So back passive, no one's at car. Kicker's not wary of that though. Jane with the face, Emor looking for Buster, gets it. Buster gets one on the way out, James runs back in as well. Kicker with a spray, looks for the 2K and he'll get it. And VP equalize again. They get away with one this time on the T side line. Yakinda forces Zentaris off angle. He's going to try to give chase to the man. Molotov's in, Zentaris forced to use that smoke, but it's the AWP of Woxic that gets the moment to shine. At elbow he sees one, Zentaris caught, damaged up. The Molotov keeps him at bay. A counter smoke back to buy a bit more cover for the T side line. They've committed the bomb to the A side at this stage, and Zentaris is going to fall. 4v4, they can try to get access and get the bomb plant. Meanwhile, Buster out towards mid, gets caught by X-Cloud.
It seemed as if they wanted to have a late rotation. They might still even do that. They've left Yakinda up onto this A side. The bomb's gone back to mid.
And if he gets a kill on Calyx, that might be enough. Flashbang's turned away from. Calyx is still focusing on Yakinda. If he gets this kill, this could change the complexion of everything. And Calyx wins it. 2 left standing for Virtus Pro. They might need a bomb plant at least at this stage. Get that much out to bonus and bolster the economy. Calyx just waits. Out of the ramp position. 30 seconds. Slow walks. Bomb plant priority. Kicker's hunting for more though. Is Calyx seen? No, he's not. Woxic drops the bomb. That's all important. Flit. Trying to clutch this, but will not go any further than the site. No bomb plant. Economy. More nades landing to Yakindo. It's just a sponge for those in this round. 60 seconds left. VP on the back foot. They've been on the back foot since the start of the round. How do they turn it up to their own accord?
Yeah, Resmoke goes down. Now, Yakinda's going to be selling the A-Fake. He's going to see if he could drive some of those rotations over, pull Xantares to stay here at A to allow them to walk out of mid and split into B.
2 smokes, Orc for York back. Soul one out by Jame. That might be everything. Xantares the force forward, try catch them off guard. The backs a turn. Everyone's backs a turn. And the CTs rip them apart. Jame with 1 trade, 1 player at the tunnels. Edgeflower versus Buster. Buster's going to get this kill. But Jame drops and the bomb is directly in the doors. Buster got to win these fights individually in 17 seconds to do so. Bomb picked up. Seen there, sprayed up. Calyx closes.